Hey fellow enthusiasts, this is Tommy Lanham and I am on a mission to break the monotony of the mundane and the mediocre by bringing as much enthusiasm to as many businesses, ministries, marriages, and individual lives as I possibly can. And I just want to welcome you to Duct Tape Devotions.
Here we go.
Hey guys, I want to share with you today out of the book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2. And it says this, "Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God." When I was a student at Johnson Bible College, there was a professor there by the name of Stan McDaniel. And Stan McDaniel would oftentimes get us involved in discussions, and sometimes would be disagreement about certain aspects of the Bible or some doctrinal stance or something like that. And then right toward the end of it, he would go, "I don't know. Let's just keep our eyes on Jesus." And that always stuck with me. Because guess what? We're always going to have disagreements. If you and I got together and we sat down and we talked, especially if we talked about the Bible, there's probably a lot of things that we agree on, but there may be a few things we disagree on. And that's okay. Let's just keep our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. It's not about these side issues. It's not about what I refer to as peripheral issues. It's all about Jesus. Let us keep our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. Whatever disagreements we may have, whatever direction we may be taking in life, whatever our career may be, whatever's going on in your church, whatever questions you may have about the faith, that's okay. Just keep your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. Because Jesus is the center of that. It's not about all these other issues. All these other issues, and I'm not saying those other things are not important. They need to be discussed. We need to have an open dialogue about those things. But they do not need to take our attention, our focus away from Jesus. And oftentimes they do. Jesus is the center of our faith. Without Jesus, there is no faith. This other stuff, sometimes we can give or take that. But we can't do that with Jesus. Let us keep our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. If we can keep that perspective, when you're in a church leadership meeting or church board meeting or whatever meeting your church has, and issues come up where there's disagreements and there's a tendency to just kind of lose control, remember this. Just keep your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. That church board, that church leadership, they are not the author and perfecter of our faith. That specific doctrine that you have a disagreement with, guess what? That is not the author and perfecter of our faith. Whatever side issue you may be dealing with, whatever disagreement you may be having, none of that is the author and perfecter of our faith. Jesus is the author and perfecter of our faith. And the more we focus on Jesus, the more we will come to understand these other issues. The better we will get along with most people, and maybe not get along with some other people because of their rejection of Jesus. And that's okay. Jesus didn't get along with everybody, right? I mean, he made some people so mad they killed him. And so you're not going to get along with everybody. But just keep your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. You can't go wrong as long as you keep that focus on him. That's why I love that verse. You're going through a tough time. Finances are not what they're supposed to be. Maybe you're in college and your academics are struggling. Your grades are not what you want them to be. Just keep your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. I'm not saying ignore these other things. We need to address those. But they are not the author and perfecter of our faith. Only Jesus is. if you could get that right, if you could focus on that relationship with Jesus, if you could keep your eyes on Him, then you're all right. You're all right. The rest of these peripheral issues will come into perspective as long as we keep our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, because He ultimately is the one who feeds our enthusiasm. Hey guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comments below, and if you want to be a part of the fellow enthusiast community, then please subscribe.